Hi everyone, it's Becky here. So welcome to another new video on my YouTube channel. Here is Dudu. And look at the camera over there. Ooh, so here is my kitty Dudu, and he just turned 4 months old 2 days ago. But he's a very, very big boy, super active, as you can see, very naughty every single day. But we love him so much. It's my food, not for you. Hey, Dudu. He loves exploring, smelling everything around the house. And also playing with all kinds of strands of yarn, wires, and stuff. Oh, that's my tea, Dudu. Oh, you're not gonna drink it. That's my tea. And I'm having my mom's homemade cakes. Let's get these ready for our audience. Ready to do? Let's do it. Alright, so now let me introduce you the very minimal amount of materials that I carry around every day for my urban sketches. Alright, so first of all, I have my watercolor sketchbook. So the brand is Speedball. Let's see the name of the brand somewhere over here. Speedball brand, Speedball Handbook Journal, and the paper weight is 300 GSM, which is about 140 pounds. It's designed for watercolor paper. The size is 8¼ inches by 8¼ inches square. And when you buy, make sure you buy the one with this blue flower on it, because they have other series in this Speedball brand with different paper weight for different media. So if you want to do watercolors, make sure you get this one with the blue flower on the sleeve. All right, now let's flip through the first few page spreads in my art journal, and I'll show you what else I use for my daily sketching. This is the first page spread. This part is glued to the front cover, but I still want to sketch something on it. The first page is always very inspiring, and the beginning of a new journey, a new chapter of my creative life. And here, the very first sketch I did is my kitty Dudu from last Tuesday, I believe, at 3 in the afternoon while he was taking his nap. Super satisfied, facial expression, sleeping on the couch. And then later on in the evening, I sketched the sunset sky outside my reading room window, and then also including these lush greeneries around the sky and the street. And the other side of the page spread, it's from my day trip to Bowen Island last Wednesday. Alright, so yeah, on last Wednesday was a blazing hot day in Vancouver, and so me and my parents took a day trip to Bowen Island, about 20 minutes ferry ride from Horseshoe Bay in West Vancouver. So upon arrival, we found a cafe near the ferry terminal. It's called the Snug Cafe at the Snug Cove. So we ordered some food. I sketched my cup of latte and an almond croissant. We're sitting outside, so I sketched the people eating their lunches very quickly. So we're gone really fast because I need to visit the other places on the island without staying too long here. And also I sketched this nice cafe house, which has a nice nostalgic turquoise color. The canopy out here, and again the lush greeneries. I always love including foliage in my urban sketches. Flipping to the next page spread. Okay, this one on Wednesday in the evening on Bowen Island at sunset. So this sketch took me exactly 1 hour or 60 minutes to do. So about 30 minutes before the sun went down to here, I started the line drawing, okay? And when the sun was about here, I had to quickly paint before it goes all the way down below the horizon. All right, so in 1 hour, the sun went from here, descended all the way down the horizon. Okay, so yeah, I had to work really, really fast and just capture the essence, the beautiful spirit of sunset. Lots of colors to capture, lots of warm and cold colors and contrast in here, and turbulence of the sea and the surrounding environment. This was a challenge, but I think it was a pretty successful sketch. And of course, there will be a new YouTube video showing you the whole process of sketching the sunset scenery. All right, very soon. Flipping to the next page spread, this one was from last Friday in downtown Vancouver. So I started the day with a cup of latte and a tiramisu croissant, which is a really rare find at cafes. Yeah, a tiramisu croissant at Nemesis Coffee in Gastown. And as usual, I sketched the view outside the window because the interior wasn't that super interesting. So I focused on the view outside with the heritage buildings of downtown Vancouver. And of course, trees. The other side is a sketch that I did before going home at Waterfront Station, the harbor, and the cranes, the cargo boxes, and the mountains in the distance. There was a cruise ship ready to take people to Alaska. Yeah, this is the sea bus, transferring people to and from North Vancouver to downtown Vancouver. I'd also like to include a man there in the foreground to establish a sense of depth. And then I still need to work on this page. This one is a demo page that I did for my Sunday class yesterday. So we sketched 3 little tomatoes fresh from the farm and a bottle of salad dressing and the view outside my window of a sunset. Okay, so that's very much it. The quick introduction of my sketchbook. Now I'm going to move things around. So when I'm sketching, every day I just stick with one pen. This is the Winsor Newton brand fine liner pen. The tip size is 0.8, pretty thick, right? But I like to control my hand pressure for different line weights. And after the line drawing, I'm going to use watercolors and 2 water brushes along with a towel. Okay, so this is the materials that I use beside my sketchbook. Let's open this Mundane watercolors. So I used to work with the Etchr watercolors, but then it's too heavy to carry around as I'm traveling a lot these days. So I just switched to this Mundane palette containing about just 12 colors in here because I don't need 24 colors to carry around. Most of the time I just use 8 to 10 colors to paint anything. Okay, let's make it clear. Yeah, so most of these colors are Mundane. This Viridian Green is from Etchr. And also this Raw Umber is from Etchr. This is the Royal Purple from Etchr as well. This one is from Mundane, but the red, the cherry red, is from Etchr. Okay, so that's the colors from Etchr. This one is the Hooker's Green from Daniel Smith, because I see this Viridian Green is running out and I cannot find any other Viridian Green colors from Daniel Smith or Winsor Newton. Yeah, so I just decided to replace it with Hooker's Green. Okay. And it's much, much lighter than the Etchr palette, about half the weight. And 2 water brushes, 2 trusty water brushes from Holbein. Okay, so this one is the large tip with the orange cap. This one is the medium tip with the green cap. So just stick with these two. For the first layer or two of washes, I use my large tip, and then for finer renderings, I use this medium tip. All right, and yeah, I'll show you that I got another brand new pair last Friday from Opus Art Supplies in downtown Vancouver. So this is the original package of the Holbein brushes. It's made in Japan. Yeah, brand new, because I'm traveling a lot. Sometimes I can't find a bathroom with tap water to refill this. So another pair is more helpful. And I think you can buy these online by Googling it. These are very rare finds. I'm going to share the link where you can buy these online in the comment section of this video. And everything just fits nicely in a makeup bag. The rag, the pen, and my 2 water brushes, even this palette now. The Etchr was too big to fit in here. Okay, ooh, just zip it up. And I'm ready to go sketching anywhere with my sketchbook. Hey Dudu, what are you doing up there? Dudu is self-cleaning. So I filmed this a week before the previous part of this video when I first started this sketchbook on July the 4th, and I put down a title for this sketchbook, Summer 2023. And here's Dudu getting sleepy, ready for a little cat nap on the couch. So I estimate Dudu is going to stay still like this for about 10 minutes. While he is dreaming, I'm going to sketch his gesture laying on the couch on a little mat. So I like to visualize the size and placement on this page. I'm going to start with the forehead area and the left ear, which is kind of a cone shape, and the right ear between the cone and the pyramid shape. And the hair inside these little pyramid shapes of the ears. So that's the upper part of the face, the cheek area, and the chin of kitties are always pretty pointy, not too round. After the outline of the face, I'm ready to draw the curves of his sleeping eyes, which is super adorable. And then the bridge of the nose is a little upside down triangle. And the satisfied little smile. Now I'm ready to add the pattern on his face, which is kind of like a little fox. Yeah, I think cats and fox are pretty similar. And now adding his whiskers and these long eyebrows. Keep drawing the pattern of his forehead area and these stripes with continuous darkened hatching lines. So when I'm doing these hatching lines, I'm also following the rhythm of how the fur is growing. All right, so yeah, this is all about deep observation. And he has some more stripes around the cheek. Over here, now he's getting more like a little tiger. Accentuate the smile even more, and using very loose lines to get his mask. I think he's a tabby cat by the face, and some more little stripes here and there. He has black ears. So I'm gonna color this part, and the right side with solid black ink. Some more hair inside the ear. Okay, and a bit more black spots around the cheeks here and there. I think that's very much it for Dudu's head. He looks very happy in his dream. Now I'm ready to connect the chest area and the front paw overlapping in front of his chest and his other front paw. And his toes are super cute. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4 toes. I'm just outlining his arm with very loose furry lines, and then drawing the mat underneath his head and chest. Drawing the fold of the lace area, the wrinkles, adding a bit of accentuation, especially underneath his chin over here, giving a little bit of shadow. Yeah, and also using hatching lines to suggest shadow as well. Okay, now I'm ready to draw his back. These are the lines that I like to use when drawing an animal's furry body. Rather than using solid lines, we can visualize the general outline first and just use these furry lines to get the outline done. This is his other front paw, a little foreshortened, tucked underneath the other one. So Dudu's fur on the back is actually longer than his chest and face area. Yeah, so my line there is more continuous compared to his front paw. These are short hair around the belly. And here I'm having a foreshortened view of Dudu. So the back of his body is looking smaller and smaller as it's moving away from me. And here I'm just adding a bit of fur texture using these short, loose, little curving lines on the outline of his back. Alright, this is around the end of his body. I know sometimes when we're looking at animals, it's a really strange angle, so we really have to trust what we see. And his back paw over there, stretched out in a really relaxed way, more fur texture. And I believe this is his tail tucked behind. And he has black patches on his back. Some more fur texture on his front arm. Yeah, keep the hand pressure really gentle so the fur texture is not competing with the outline. So the skin of Dudu's belly is very, very loose. Yeah, kind of like a little sack. And just adding another layer of skin there. Kind of funny. Okay, now I think I'm ready to just add some more fur texture for his tail. Some more around the chest. When you're drawing animals, you don't have to fill every single area of the fur with the fur texture details. You can leave a lot of blank spaces for the viewer to imagine the feel of fur. Now I'm ready to use these twisty lines to depict the folds of the mat that he's laying on, the wrinkled areas. Yeah, and all the way down to the end of his tail. And now I'm drawing these square patches, very much like quilting. And these squares are looking a little distorted because we're looking at this mat from an angle. I'm using a lot of these curving lines to depict the stitched feel of these squares, just like quilts. And yeah, so that's it. That's Dudu and his mat. Adding a bit more fur there. I want to expand his back a little bit bigger there in the back. Otherwise, it's looking a little too small there. Okay, some more fur texture around his belly. That's it for the line drawing. Alright, so now I'm ready to paint watercolors. Dudu just moved a little bit, but I already remembered the pattern of his fur. So once I get the line drawings done, there's no need to stress anymore about the accuracy of Dudu. So the drawing part is the most important. So I just wetted the whole area with clear water, adding on a little underpainting. So underneath the black patches of his fur, he has like a yellow ochre underlay. Yeah, so this is yellow ochre mixed with a little bit of raw umber. Now, wet onto wet, burnt sienna with a little bit black, pure from the palette. So most of the time I don't use black, but when painting Dudu's black patches on his fur, I do use black and mix it with burnt sienna or raw umber to achieve more intensity and contrast. All right. So, and some more, playing with water control, and my brushstroke is following the rhythm of how his fur is growing as well. And traces of brush marks are great for showing texture. Now I'm diluting this color, or just using the residue on the tip of my paintbrush to paint other lighter valued areas. And reloading my brush for more concentrated blackish brown for the stripes on his face. And also keep playing with a diluted version of the same color for lighter tones. Yeah, a bit of shade around his belly and the side of his front arm. Now it's time to play with the vibrant colors. This is a mix of orange and burnt sienna for the lace of the mat, and more burnt sienna for these squares of patches here. Burnt sienna with raw umber for the other colored patches. And now it's time to paint the shadows wrapping around Dudu's body. So I'm gonna mix some more concentrated brown. So this is like raw umber containing less water underneath his face and chest. So in general, the second layer contains less water or more concentrated paint compared to the first layer, a bit more shade around his cheek. Now it's time to paint the shadow of the mat. This is a mix of cobalt blue and a bit of royal purple. And just lay down the shadow with very few brush strokes. Just let the different levels of tones blend together. Another quick layer of more concentrated bluish purple. And final polish with the little tip of my brush. That's it. Here is a look of my finished sketch, my very first sketch in my new art journal. And Dudu just woke up after about 20 minutes. Here he is. Alright, so thank you so much for watching this video, everyone. If you liked it, please click like and leave me a comment below. Subscribe to my channel for weekly updates, and I'll try to update my channel with 2 to 3 new videos every week. And I'll try to film some more videos of Dudu and also home life sketching. Alright, okay, and I'll see you again very soon next time. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.